Rich, I want you to know I would never red X you. I would never do that to you.
It drives me nuts, Sam. And I
not
mean,
fair.
take a look at the card I have for your work here. Take a look and look how Liz wailed of the Rich Eisen show staff. How she crossed out every X that's on your card there. And this one too. There's another card
There's
here.
another one, man.
You know, I'll take this.
I
back
didn't.
if you don't mind, because
I didn't ask
my
for
notes
that.
is disastrous.
I didn't ask for that.
It's
I
okay.
just want you to know I wasn't a part of that.
But you support it.
I do support it wholeheartedly.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you said fandom and you have a
you can look over here. Is that
no,
why you're not looking over
no,
here?
I can.
'Cause
I
I'm just
can't
wearing-
see. No, I look over there. I'm looking on the screen because the
you're
microphone,
right.
the Roku channel microphone blocks it. You don't need to be so aggressive.
No, I'm
Sam.
not.
I mean, okay.
This is my fourth coffee. It's not you.
It's you're highly caffeinated, and it is the big game week.
It is.
So you've got an OSU shirt on. Isn't it missing a T? It should be missing a T. Isn't it T?
Tosu?
Little T OSU.
You know, it's one of those. There are
Ohio?
certain things you can admit as a fan that are kind of ridiculous,
And that's one of them.
That's one. That's
I
one.
like you already, Sam.
But-
I greatly appreciate it. We can find some common ground somewhere that the shouldn't be like trademarked as it apparently is.
It apparently is.
By the Ohio State
You will be
University.
getting a bill in the mail
I
this
will be.
week for just saying.
Infringement.
Yes.
Is all over the place here in
Yes.
this conversation.
Yeah.
So you're from Toledo, Ohio?
I'm
Is that
from
where you-
Toledo.
You know who's also from Toledo, Ohio?
Lots of
Jim Harbaugh. Born in Toledo, Ohio.
he?
Correct.
We
Born
forgive.
in Toledo, Ohio.
Yeah. And then he
So
was
what-
shipped across the border. When he was born, they were like, get this out of this state.
By the way, you're talking. That was like Handmaid's Tale conversation about being shipped across a border, right there.
I guess
Like,
it's,
that was. I did. I felt
Maybe I carry my work into my life too much. I don't know.
So, from birth,
From birth,
Ohio State fan?
long-suffering Browns fan,
Okay.
long-suffering Indians/Guardians fan.
Yes.
Yeah, and my three siblings went to Ohio State. My stepdaughter I put through
Okay.
Ohio State.
So why not you?
Their theater program was not.
Not
I
up
was
to
an
snuff?
artist, man. You know, there's only certain places that can accept, artistry.
Like Michigan.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Actually, yeah, Michigan does have a good a theater program. I've heard.
We're a terrific liberal arts school.
Yes.
we
Yes.
are.
Got to be good at something.
Nevertheless, okay. So you grew up. Who was in the school when you were beginning to start following? Was it the John Cooper era?
Yes.
Okay.
So my older brother
Great
was
era. I
at.
loved it.
I know you did.
Yeah,
as I loved Rich Rod era.
Yeah.
I mean that. We pick sometimes. Sometimes the coaches are just so fun to root against.
Yes.
And Rich Rod was one of my favorites.
I agree. I was rooting against him too.
Right. So that worked.
Wasn't a
That worked.
fan of his choice from jump.
Yeah. Oh, that was rough.
Tell Lloyd Carr out, Rich Rod in was not really my choice.
Yeah. Because he was not. He had nothing to do with Michigan. He was an outsider.
He was, and plus the fullback disappeared, and the three tight end sets disappeared, and you needed a little bit of that.
No, you got to have. That's what Jim
Because that's-
Harbaugh has.
Well, and that's what kind of didn't work against Michigan here's what I'm saying. Defensively, when Ryan Day and Urban with Ryan Day started sending all these crossing routes and everybody out, and Michigan just couldn't keep up because there was a 3 yard in a cloud of dust. Now they can, hopefully for my sake, control the line of scrimmage just like they did last year and make a game of it and keep things a little bit slower paced and keep
That would
CJ
be-
Stroud and the rest of the offense kind of not going all 50-point-ish, So
I
that's
think
the way to do it.
I think Harbaugh is hoping that he has 2 drives that both last a half.
Yeah.
Right? So he gets the ball twice. He scores a touchdown
start.
at the end of both of those.
Yes.
They win 14
nothing,
to
something.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the way to do
That's
it.
the game plan.
Okay. So where are you going to be watching this game?
I'm going to be watching it at home just because I get so much cleaning done when it's the game. Like you said, the commercial
Wow.
break, I get up,
Okay.
I clean the
Okay.
entire downstairs in 3
that's what
minutes.
it's, okay, right.
And then I'm back.
And then you're back.
Yeah, 'cause
I just thought that you thought it wasn't a competitive game, and thus
Oh
that you
no,
were
no,
spending
no,
time
not that.
cleaning up. Okay.
There were some years, but
You had an impeccably immaculate house some years.
oh
There
my
wasn't
god,
a piece of dust anywhere.
no, it's too it's too nerve wracking for me. I literally, when you were talking about how anxious you get on the
Yes.
day of the game, Monday I literally read an article and I got done with it, and I looked at my kids, and my heart was pounding out of my chest.
Yeah, I know, I'm the same way.
Just
I can't
reading,
think about it.
What is wrong with us?
I don't know.
We're grown men. This is not acceptable. It's not
I
acceptable.
don't have an answer for how old are you? How old are you?
I'm 45.
Okay, I'm 53.
Yeah.
And I'm very fortunate to do what I do for a living. And there's only a small handful of teams after all this time that I still have an emotional investment in. And
Right.
Michigan football is number one.
Yeah.
Number one. And I can't fathom why somebody at my advancing age, okay, with a lot of ish going on, with 3 children,
Right.
puts so much into the hands of 18 to 21-year-old guys who are still trying to figure their way in the world.
Yeah.
And takes so much, like, it'll be very difficult for me on Saturday
Yeah.
to focus, and then if the game doesn't go my way, get through the day. I'm not going to
be
lie.
a human in the
Right.
world.
But if it's the other way around, I will be incorrigible.
Yeah.
It'll be tough to be around me.
Yeah.
So it would be a good thing that you're not around me.
Yeah. No.
Either way.
It sounds like it. Yeah. For both our sakes. Yeah.
It sounds
It's nuts, isn't it? To put your
Mm-hmm.
so much time into the and faith and
Mm-hmm.
and thought, so much study into
Yes.
20-year-olds.
Right.
It's preposterous. But I think it's the stories we tell. The story you have of
Yes.
going to Michigan and being on campus. And for me, it was my brother was at OSU when we got slaughtered by, when Cooper got beat every year that my brother was there, and he'd come home, and when they'd lost, it was pervasive. So it mattered to my family that we won because I knew how miserable the whole week would be.
Right.
With Dave home, it was rough.
Right.
So, but it's comical.
Well, at least, Sam Jager, that we can find some common ground, which is hanging out, talking amongst one another as human beings in the world, and understanding that that it does mean too much. It should not mean as much to us. At least we can agree with that, and then be classy otherwise. And in that vein, let's talk about Devil in Ohio, currently available on Netflix. It's the Ryan Day story, right? Is that what it's about? Devil in Ohio?
No, it's
Okay, hold on a minute.
It's actually
it's a C.J. Stroud story.
No.
Okay. The Marvin Harrison Jr. story.
No, it takes place. It's actually about this young boy who was born in Toledo, Ohio, that they shipped across the border. It's the Jim Harbaugh story, as you well know.
Well done.
Based on a true devil. I cast you
It's a
out.
story of exorcism.
It is.
Sam.
It is.
What a way to turn it. I didn't see that one coming.
Oh, I was hoping.
I
In
was
my
just
mind, I
crafting-
was like,
just
you giving him
crafting a
lines?
story.
I was like, please make it the Harbaugh story.
It's an exorcism.
Here's the.
No, it says devil in Ohio,
Devil
not
in
devil
Ohio.
out of Ohio.
Yes.
It doesn't say that.
Well, it's about his first few months in swaddling clothes.
That's a devil baby.
It's a devil baby.
His mother's name was not Rosemary, by the way.
Born in khaki pants. This
Swaddled in khaki
Swaddled
pants.
in khaki.
Sent across the state line to that school up north. What is Devil in Ohio about?
It's a series
Netflix?
on Netflix
Yes.
about, loosely based on a true story, about this girl who escapes from a religious cult and is taken in by a family, and how that impacts the family. And I had no idea it existed until it kind of came to my attention that this series was based on a true story. And
Until you saw that the folks in the religious cult were only scarlet and gray, and then it kind of felt familiar.
there is that.
Felt familiar.
There are a lot of analogies that one could make about the religiosity of being an Ohio State fan. But
Oh, my gosh.
No, it was a fun show to do. Ironically, we shot it up in Vancouver, and I walked on set, and the house that we shot, that they built on the soundstage was just riddled with Ohio State, memorabilia. And I said, what's funny is anybody who walks on this set probably thinks, this is a little too much. This is a little too much
I know.
swag
This
for an
is-
Ohio State family. Okay, they live in Ohio.
Right.
But anybody who visits Ohio is like, no, we actually have framed pictures of the horseshoe on our mantle, larger than the pictures of our ancestors. It's just
Fantastic.
centerpiece.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.